Good morning, preschool life group leaders. I am just going to tell you a little bit about our new curriculum. We're going to be doing the Gospel Project starting on January 22nd. This one is specifically for the preschoolers, and I also have it up here. I have highlighted, this is the book that I went through and highlighted with purple to show you what you'll need. So I kind of went through already and made it a little bit easier for you to pick out the things that I think will work for you, and I'll have the materials for those things as well. But I just wanted to show you as you go through each unit. So here's the beginning of the unit, and then go to your lesson. The very first page is going to be just information for you, maybe background information or context of the story in the Bible, things like that. So this is just for you to be able to read before you start the lesson so you know what's going on. You won't do that with the kids. The next page is the Bible story. So this is what the lesson is based on. The story is based on in a simplified version, not word for word from the Bible. You as preschool leaders will just read the bolded areas. So you don't need to read all of the words. That'll be for the older kids, but the preschool, if you just read the bolded words, it'll make a nice, concise, and short story for you. The next page, it says small group openings. Don't worry about the title. We're just doing one group the whole time. We're not moving around to small and large groups. But I already went through and highlighted a couple different areas, different activities that I thought would work well since we have a church that's not permanent and we're bringing things in. So it's a lot of really the simpler activities with low prep, since we have leaders switching every week, and probably low amount of materials that we'll need as well. So the materials are listed on the side, and I highlighted that activity that I thought would work well. So you don't have to read through all of them. If you want to do more or pick up a book the Sunday before it's your turn and do more of these, that's totally fine, but I will make sure to have those materials. And that's maybe one, maybe two activities that I would highlight in this first. That's just to introduce the kids to what's going on and kind of figure out maybe the theme of what you're trying to learn. And then you'll transition. They usually have you do a cute way of transitioning. This one is invite preschoolers to tell you their favorite food as they move to the Bible study, because they're going to be learning about how Daniel chose to give up the king's food in order to eat and to obey God. So then the next page, so you transition to, it's called the large group leader, but it's just the lesson basically. So you do a little activity to start with the kids. Then you go to the lesson. There's usually a way to introduce the Bible story, maybe something that you say, maybe something that you do. So there's a little, activity here. And then is the Bible story. So the Bible story, you need a Bible, you open up the Bible to the passage, and then you go back those 2 pages to the story. This is that story with the bolded words that you're going to read. So this is where you read that story, and I wrote on here what page it's on so that you can find it. So read the story, and then there's some activities that you can do to reinforce the concept that you're trying to get the kids to learn. So, and again, I'll have all of those materials in there as well. And that then goes on to this isn't the activities yet. So you tell the story, and then there's discussion questions. And for preschoolers, you can decide what you think works well. You can discuss as many things or leave as many things as you can. It doesn't really matter. There is a big picture question usually that they're trying to learn in a passage a lot of times. Just go ahead and say that. See if they can repeat it if they've had it the week before. They're usually pretty simple, and it goes through the whole unit. So have them say it over and over. And then, are the activities to reinforce what you're doing. So they're called small group activities. And I've highlighted the ones that I think would work really well. And if there's any materials, I highlighted those. Looks like there was just one of them that I thought. And then an ending. So how can we obey God? We trust God to help us obey Him. And then pray for the children, and they have a short prayer that you can read, or you can pray on your own or have the kids pray with you as well. So that's the lesson, and then it goes to the next one. So basically, first you're going to have an explanation about what's going on for you to read for your own reference. Then you're going to do some sort of intro activity. Then you're going to do the lesson, an introduction sentence maybe, read the story with the bolded words, have some discussion time with questions and the big picture question, what you're trying to get them to learn, or the passage, maybe the verse that they're repeating, and then you go into small group activities, and those are just reinforcing the lesson that you taught. So take some time. Maybe these will be in the preschool bin starting in January. On January 1, I'll bring them. And you can look for a couple weeks. This is the highlighted one. It has to stay in the preschool bin because this is all of the activities. I didn't go through yet. Maybe I'll get a chance to do that before then, but there are a couple more activity or leader guides that you can go through, and if it's your turn and you want to take it home the week before and then bring it back, that's fine as long as you bring it back and keep this one here. So thanks for listening. I know that was kind of long, but let me know if you have any questions, and I'm excited. I think God's going to work through our lessons that we're teaching the kids about Him and the big picture of what He's doing, and hopefully will encourage and unite the church as well. If you hear of any parents or life groups that want to do the adult study, it's really good. Paul and I kind of looked through one last quarter, and they're excellent as well, and they could follow along with what the kids are doing in preschool life groups, and our youth have these as well. So thanks for listening. Have a great day. Bye-bye.